story. One of the accused in the eNyobeni trial was caught on CCTV footage chatting and managing the bar just hours before 21 young people died there in June last year. Siyakhangela Ndevu was on the stand at the East London Magistrate's Court. He was in the witness box. Ndevu, along with his wife Vuyokazi, are both on trial for selling alcohol to minors. The ages of the deceased have also been questioned during the trial. eNCA's Ronald Masinda joins us now to give us more on what happened in court today. Good afternoon, Ronald. So take us through some of the highlights of what took place today in court.
Good afternoon, Pratan. Well, just to sum up in the words of Siyakhangela Ndevu, and this was shortly after court proceedings today, after walking past me, he said, so far so good, and that's how his defense feels about today's proceedings. We of course saw some of the CCTV footage that was obtained shortly after the incident at eNyobeni Tavern, where Siyakhangela Ndevu features quite a lot in that CCTV footage. Some of the footage shows him behind the counter while his cashiers were serving alcohol to the patrons at eNyobeni Tavern, but there was little evidence to show that Siyakhangela Ndevu himself was serving the patrons at that particular moment. And we also saw some of the patrons were there, and there were questions by the state that a lot of the patrons that were seen there were under the age of 18, but the magistrate refuted this claim, saying that there was no conclusive evidence to illustrate that these were minors. But what we also heard in court was the investigative officer who testified, and basically what he said was that they initially had arrested 4 people. That includes Siyakhangela and Vuyokazi Ndevu, as well as the 2 cashiers. But the 2 cashiers have since been released after they confessed that they were part of selling alcohol to persons under the age of 18, of course, signing that admission of guilt. But we also heard from the defense team saying that these 2 cashiers were people who were intimidated by the police, and that's why they confessed to being involved in selling alcohol to minors. But we heard from Gerhard Swart. He is the investigating officer.
What is your thought or expectation of the presence of such deceased children below the age of 18 in a tavern?
Your Worship, the norm and the expectation is that kids of those age should not be allowed in a licensed premises where they can be exposed to alcohol and whatever's happening in places like that.